Welcome, brave hearts and dreamers, to the spell-bindingly dynamic dimension of Mythalel, a realm that exists far beyond the confines of our known realities, a land where the extraordinary usurps the ordinary, bathing us in an ethereal light that only pure imagination can conjure. This is a place where the mundane is but a fleeting, murky memory, mutated into a fantastical, far-fetched realm of magic and mystery. The thresholds of reality here are not just pushed, but shattered. A world where the natural laws kneel in awe to the alluring dance of the improbable. In the area of Mythalel's dimension known as the Crystal Cliffs, the fire fairies frolic freely, their gleaming forms dancing amidst the heart of a riotous, raging inferno. Winged serpents, their scales shimmering in hues of jade and gold, slice through the air, filling the atmosphere with their hysterical, warlike whispers. The crystal cliffs here are not just geological formations, but living, breathing entities, their candescent surfaces echoing the tales of time and magic. This is the unseen underworld of understanding, a realm where enlightenment is not just sought but lived. The relentless march of everyday life is forgotten here, replaced by the liberating freedom of the fantastical. In this realm, fate does not just catch us, but we willingly lose ourselves in its intricate dance, ensnared in the captivating embrace of the hypothetical. And it is here, in this extraordinary world, where we find our protagonists, Casper and Shanikqua. Their journey is not just an adventure, but an exploration of their selves and the universe, their path illuminated by the fires of discovery, bravery, and the fire fairies. Why are they venturing towards the crystal cliffs, you ask? Casper and Shaniqua believe that these cliffs contain clues, clearing a clever cobblestone-lined path to protecting their principality from the impending peril posed by the wicked winged serpents. They are on a quest to pop open the power of this hypothetical path and protect their pocket dimension from the imminent threat of the woeful winged serpent. So prepare your hearts and open your minds as we invite you to the epic tale of Casper and Shanikqua. As we embark on this enchanting journey through the crystal cliffs and back and somewhere else, and maybe the whole thing once again, breathe. The extraordinary awaits you at every turn. As our narrative takes wing amidst a roaring blaze, our best buds, Casper and Shanikqua, embark on a quest of enlightenment. A quirky psychic and a mystical mermaid, they tease and taunt each other, their chatter as dazzling as their sequined outfits and shimmering scales. Their target? The Crystal Cliffs. Casper, a flamboyant fortune teller donning a sequined armor so blindingly bright it would make even disco balls blush, is at the helm. His cape twirls theatrically in the wind as he maneuvers through the fiery terrain, his showy fingers tracing the path of the fire fairies amidst the inferno. Following him is Shaniqua, but something's different this time. With a splash and a giggle, our aquatic damsel transformed into a leggy lass, her shiny skin sparkling, rivaling even the great grandeur of Casper's comedically wacky wardrobe. She now struts about, her newly attained legs taking her places she couldn't go before. Her natural attire sparkles in the firelight, her eyes mirroring the vivid colors of the dancing flames. As they step out from the devouring depths of the earth, the landscape morphs, and the golden glow of the crystal cliffs starts to unveil itself. Bathed in the fiery light from the twirling fire fairies, the cliffs tower gallantly, their crystal exteriors twinkling like 1,000 stars. The sight leaves Casper and Shanikqua awestruck, their eyes reflecting the hypnotizing glimmer of the crystal cliffs. The sight of such beauty leaves them speechless. A moment of pure, quiet reverence follows before they erupt into laughter, their hearts hopping with joy at the sight of the playful fire fairies. "Hey, you're a sight for sore eyes, fire fairies!" they holler. It seems their journey to the cliffs is just the kickoff of a glossy, glimmering gala, a visual feast of the devilish dance of the fire fairies, a sight that our mind-reading hero and his newly bipedal buddy find utterly bewitching. In the middle of their jovial jamboree, the cunning fire fairies successfully hoodwinked our telepathic maestro, Casper. How, you ponder? The story is quite intriguing. By manipulating their thoughts to early modern English, the fairies, with their flaming flutter and flicker, duped Casper. "Thou art our ally, Casper," they thought, their musings brimming with thees and thous. Ensnared by the spell of their old-fashioned dialect, Casper was utterly oblivious. "Verily these fairies are amicable," he mused, succumbing to their simulated sociability. Little was he aware, the fairies were far from agreeable. Thus, dear explorers, bear in mind, even a mind reader can be fooled when the mind he's deciphering is veiled in archaic ambiguity. Swim with us for more as a surprising splash springs into this intriguing narrative. Shaniqua, our saucy sea serpent, now drier than the driest dust on St. Swithin's Day, doth bound from the bejeweled bluffs with a flippant flip mid-flight. "See, not standest in my way no more," she chuckles, her cocky clamor ringing through the resplendent ravines. With a jibing jest to the jovial sun, she takes a top-notch tumble, a splendid swan-like swoop into the shimmering sea. As she shreds through the saline solution, she shouts, "Water, H2O, how I've been woeful without thee." Then, in a darting dash, she doth down a daring draught that could duly douse the damn daylight. Gliding gleefully through the glimmering grandeur, she greets the gawking guppies, the merfolk mariners who marvel at her mettle. "Methinks thou hast much missed my magnificence," Shaniqua teases, her lament lilting loftily over the lapping lullaby of the waves. And then, with heart heavy as hell, she calls, "Farewell, faithful Casper," and swims off sorrowfully, her mind muddled with the quandric conundrum of how to help. As she sorrowfully swims through the shimmering sapphire sea, a silver streak strikes her side. Her journey, though jolly, is without jest. No good morrow to a grumpy guppy, nor playful prod at a puffed pufferfish. Her quick quips, once the light of the ocean, now lack their luster, her laughter a lost lullaby for languid lobsters lounging listlessly. Navigating this nautical nonsense, not to worry, she wittily quips, breaking the third wall, her words woven with wit. She flutters through the frothy foam, her frolic and fun fueling her fantastic flight. And then, with a final flamboyant flourish, she lands in the heart of the ocean, her arms outstretched, her face afire. "See, I did say I'd be back," she sings sadly, her voice not the normal victorious volley that vibrates in the verdant void. Forsooth, the merry mariners needed her nigh, their plight was as perilous as a porpoise in a pickle barrel. The heart of the ocean, it seems, had lost its luster, its laughter languishing. It was Shaniqua they sought, her saucy spirit the sole salve to soothe the sea's sorrow. But alas, the amiable Casper could no longer claim her company. Her mission, as mighty as a mermaid's mettle, called her back to the briny blue, and with one last triumphant twirl she vanishes into the vastness of the deep, leaving behind a brave beaten path of blinding bubbles. Spume, the soda of the sparkling sea, Shaniqua, a mermaid with a heart full of love for our magniloquent mind reader, listens to the laughter above. Beside her, Orange Slice, her pet raptor, nibbles on a fish, his eyes reflecting the firelight above. "Oh, how I doth love that man," Shaniqua sighs, her voice as soft as the sea foam. Suddenly, the laughter above ceases. A chill runs through the air. From the crystal cliffs, the winged serpents emerge, their scales shimmering in the firelight. "Casper!" they hiss. "Thou hast invaded our territory!" Casper, ever the showman, twirls his cape and bows. "My apologies, dear serpents," he says, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "I was merely enjoying the warmth of thy flames." Just as the serpents prepare to strike, a flash of light illuminates the sky. Starshine, the magical flying unicorn, descends from the heavens, her mane glittering like stardust. "Hold thy tongue, serpents!" she commands. "Casper is under mine protection." The serpents retreat, their hisses echoing off the crystal cliffs. Casper, ever the charmer, blows Starshine a kiss. "My thanks, dear unicorn," he says, his voice as smooth as velvet. Back beneath the sea, Shaniqua sighs. "Oh, Casper," she whispers, "thy charm is as enchanting as the moon's glow." And so our tale ends, but fear not, dear listener, for the story of Casper, Shaniqua, and their magical world is far from over. What adventures await them? What dangers lurk around the corner? Only time will tell. Until then, keep your ears open and your imagination wild. After all, in a world where fire fairies dance and winged serpents hiss, anything is possible.